Hi, my name is Ryan, and I'm a client advisor here at Gramophone. Welcome back to the next installment of AudioU. Today, we're going to get into more advice that we have with audio and video components to give you the best experience at home. So let's get into it. So today we're going to get into speaker placement. I want to go over kind of the do's and don'ts and our recommendations to having the perfect setup at your home. And as always, please subscribe to this channel so you can see more content just like this. So most folks, when they're going about setting up their audio system, think the first thing, let's get new speakers, let's get new components, let's upgrade cables, and that's the best way to really get the sound. We want to say there is another option that's really the first option, is the setup of your speakers. That can really elevate what you're doing, and it's a simple fix. So improving the setup of your speakers and of your room can give you better tonal balance, better bass response, better treble and mid-range. And debatably, the setup can also improve soundstage and imaging. All the sound gets elevated to give you a better experience. And with that being said, let's go over what you should think about when positioning your speakers. So one of the most important things to consider when talking about speaker placement is how is the speaker ported? Some are forward firing ports, some are downward firing, and some are rear ported. Rear ported are the most common speakers. When you have a rear-ported speaker, the positioning off the wall is very important. Reason being, it plays into the dynamics of what you get in the bass region. The closer to the wall, the more bass you're going to feel. When you have speakers that are front-ported or downward-ported, that is less important. So the next important topic to discuss when positioning your speakers is towing. What is towing? Towing is when you're angling the speakers that are in front of you more towards your seated position directly behind you. This is going to open up the full dynamic range and give you the best listening experience. Not every speaker benefits from towing. Some do and some don't. We recommend that you talk to a gramophone specialist to advise you which speaker benefits most from towing in. One thing to say about this is it is subjective. There is no clear-cut scientific approach to towing in speakers. This is something you're going to want to play with, and that's part of this hobby, right? That's why we love it. The ability to kind of make little changes that make big improvements to the sound. All right, guys, let's talk about room setup. One of the most important things is actually the room. And as you know, speakers in that room are fully susceptible to where they are in it. So each room has a different dynamic to it. You're going to want to play with, depending how big or how small the room is, where you place the speaker. Speaker stands are definitely recommended for bookshelf speakers. They get them up and more towards your ear position when you're listening. So another important thing is where you sit in relationship to the speakers. This is in nature subjective because it depends on your room and how it's laid out. But our typical rule of thumb is with bookshelves, you want to be a little bit closer to give you that full range experience. With full standing speakers, you want to be a little bit further back, let's say 6 to 8 feet, and that's going to give you the perfect experience. You're going to want to play with this a little bit to get it the right distance for you, but it's also going to be part of the fun, so enjoy that process. So this may be obvious, but when you're positioning your speakers, make sure not to have things placed in front of it, like plants, like furniture. That's going to degrade the sound quality. You're going to want a clear signal path from the speaker to your seated position. Also, guys, let's talk about sub placement. You guys want that bass that can give you the best experience. That's part of the fun of the hobby. Sub placement can either be at the front of the room or in the rear. Typically it's front for theater. Some people don't have a rear wall to put a subwoofer, so sometimes you gotta put it up front. You want to dial that in again based on your room and how the layout is, but both spots can give you a great experience. Alright guys, wrapping up speaker placement. It is subjective by nature, so taking the time to play with where the speakers are, dialing them in, getting towed in, is all going to be part of the process, and it's definitely an important one. It's actually the most cost-effective thing you can do is placing the speakers. And for that reason, give it time. Make some tweaks, change it, rearrange the room until you find that perfect sound. So these are all just simple guidelines. It ultimately has to sound good to you. So find what works best in your position and where you are in the room and just roll with it. And as always, if you need help, we're here to help. We at Gramophone love talking about two-channel systems and helping you improve your system to sound the best. So reach out to one of our specialists here, and we're glad to guide you through the process. If you're in the market for new audio equipment, please make sure to check out our other videos on YouTube. These videos will have links where you can buy from Sky by Gramophone, where they will be shipped to you fast and free right to your door. You can also demo a multitude of different types of speakers here at our showrooms. You can find us at Timonium, Columbia, and Gaithersburg, Maryland. And be sure to stop by our lovely Kitchen Design Center in Hunt Valley, Maryland. Whether you're looking for project ideas, need to schedule a service request, or contact one of our hi-fi, home theater, interior design experts, get inspired at gramophone.com. Also, follow us at our social media channels. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, House, and a few others. The links can be found below. Alright guys, give us a like, make sure to subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video and what you think about our AudioU series. Drop any comments or topics you would like to see covered in AudioU. And guys, thank you for watching, and as always, enjoy the music.